What is the meaning to life? Not just your life, not just everyone, but all life on Earth? Why is it all here? Why isn't this planet just filled with rock and water? To answer that question, let's go back 6 billion years. 6 billion years ago, there was a sun, larger than our current sun, right where our sun is now. 6 billion years ago, this star exploded and made up our periodic table. The higher elements, like hydrogen and helium, came together and made our star, while the heavy elements formed giant chunks of rock. And these rocks, made of iron, water, nitrogen, copper, and carbon, started to cluster together and make planets. One of these planets was Earth, and about 4 billion years ago, Earth was just a giant ball of magma. And soon it cooled down, and on the surface of Earth, there were pools of water that were heated by volcanic vents. In these pools you had water, and in the water there were a plethora of rich chemicals. These chemicals made molecules, and a few of these molecules made a complex system where it would take in molecules, take in what it needed, and expel the rest. And it duplicated. That was the first life. The first instinct of this first life was to gather enough molecules to make another one of itself, and to make itself differently, because life replicates, it never duplicates. The reason for life to make such diversity is due to the fact that there's a hotter pool over there, or over there, which it could or the other could not adapt to. So if this pool would ever be gone, then life would still go on. It tried to get to every pool possible, and it did. Since then, there have been 144 near extinctions on Earth, where life went from what it was, 100%, all the way down to 2%. Each time this happened, life found a way to creep into every niche on this planet, to the point where now we have life in the deepest caves where no sane animal would ever dare to go, but we have microorganisms eating rock. There is life in little pools of sulfur and newly cooled lava, and these extrema lives are crazy. Even if you could adapt to sulfur, why would you? You would have to be crazy to do so, but the biosphere, known as Earth, knows that it could be the last life on Earth. Now we have humans. We have the intelligence and the ability to drastically change the world around us, good or bad. In fact, only a nature that has gone to everywhere on the planet, only a secure nature, can make a gamble such as human. We take up way too much energy for our size. We need to consume 2/3 more food than our Neanderthal ancestors because of how much we think. Our entire human race can be summed up in the 20th century. The two most important events in human history happened in the 20th century, and only 24 years apart from one another. The first event was the detonation of 2 nuclear bombs over Nagasaki and Hiroshima. In the words of Robert Oppenheimer, "I have become death, the destroyer of worlds." But humanity now has the power of ultimate destruction. But there is a flip side to that coin. In 1969, we went to the moon. We now have the power to create new worlds, populated by life, the power of infinite creation. We now hold both the sword and the shield, and if history has taught us anything, it is that creation will always prevail. Our destiny belongs in the stars. The meaning for just human life is to bring life to other worlds where we can break down even more barriers, so if our little pool known as Earth ever ceases to exist, then life will live on. For life in general, why it is here, because everything else sucks. The reason why the first bacteria replicated was because it has some level of consciousness. It can think. It can go against the natural order of things. Rocks just hit each other and that's it. They let it happen. But life is not that way. Life will fight back. Life will show the universe that we are not slaves to it. Life frees atoms from their isolated prison and gives it thought, a personality. For your individual life, it's determined once you're done, not before you start.